West Virginia Department of Education issued a public stakeholder survey where they found that approximately 4 out of 5 respondents expressed some degree of concern or worry surrounding the uses of and the adoption of AI. And yet your state has been able to implement statewide guidance on AI. And since then, I would just be curious, what has been the responses that you've heard from teachers, from parents, and from students themselves?
Well, I think from our teachers, we've learned a lot and continue to learn a lot as they work through the different programs and different resources that they have. Our students, especially the ones that we have engaged with some of our statewide pilots, feel very engaged with their learning. An example would be with our Minecraft education. They've been able to engage in a game that they were familiar with while learning the different parts of AI and understanding that. We've had a lot of feedback, especially from parents around our use. We talk about the social media and the use of screen time and different things, and we've limited that in our schools here in the last year, especially with the use of cell phones. And so our parents are seeing that when they engage with this technology and some of these AI programs, they're more engaged with that because they're not spending so much time on their cell phones. And they've seen a difference in how they're responding and interacting with each other as well.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you believe that the teachers in your state feel more equipped to handle issues pertaining to academic integrity and AI in the classroom because of the guidance you guys were able to provide?
I do believe so. And an example would be that with our guidance, we train our teachers in really how to use the AI, as opposed to maybe telling a child that I need you to write the definition for your 10 vocabulary words to give me 10 sentences, which a child could do in ChatGPT in literally 10 seconds. Right. We encourage our teachers to put in to the platform themselves, how can I engage students to help them understand how to learn these vocabulary words and how to use them in sentences. And then what we get back is a list of activities that are differentiated that we can provide to our students. So it increases some of the creativity that our teachers are able to use to engage the students.
Awesome. Okay. Mr. Sahoni, I know from reading your testimony and hearing you today, you believe AI can be a valuable tool in the classroom with proper guardrails. And studies have shown that teachers using AI can save up to 6 hours per week on prep time, allowing them to focus on their students really more directly. So let me ask you, where do you believe the line is between teachers using AI efficiently versus becoming self-reliant on it?
I think one of the opportunities we have with AI in education is actually to make the teaching profession itself much more attractive and interesting. I know historically we've had a challenge. Interest in the teaching profession is at a 50-year low. What we've found is educators are excited about this idea that if I can become a teacher, I can be a leader in my classroom, I can work with AI and technology to support what I do, and I can focus on what makes me very excited to be a teacher, which is to build relationships with students, to motivate them to accomplish their goals, then it might be a much more interesting profession. So I start there to say, I think there is always a fine line between when AI technology can be used and when the teacher, at the end of the day, is really central to the learning. What we have found is it requires both working together, and I think there's an opportunity to get even more people interested in the teaching profession with what's available to us.
Well, and as the CEO of Teach for America, you interact with teachers all the time, and so I'll just give you the last minute. What do you think are teachers' biggest concerns, and what can principals and superintendents do to help in this matter?
When we talk to teachers, they're worried that they're not going to get the professional development support they need to be able to effectively utilize the tools that their students are using and the tools that they themselves now have access to. So I think the key here, which we've been talking about, is making sure educators are supported with understanding how to use this technology. I'll also add, I think there's a huge opportunity. One of the things that we're very early on, given how emergent this technology is, but I think there's great potential for, is the concept of something like a teaching simulator. Oftentimes, novice teachers want to be able to practice and have at-bats at doing things like IEP meetings or to practice parent-teacher conferences. I think the technology is going to evolve to a place where they'll get that kind of support. So I think we also hear from educators, let us know how we can take advantage of the technology that's available to us as it evolves so we can strengthen our practice.